So it's been an interesting day. So tomorrow is very crucial. So I'm going to talk. So just bear with me because there's a lot to mention, and I want to try and pack as much information in a few minutes as I can. So first of all, the Taoiseach today came out with an outrageous thing that he said people who reject the vaccine passports have to buy into them. People have to buy into them. And again, it's like a communist country. They often used to say that in the communist world. You have to buy into it. When they talked about concentration camps, and they tried to portray it as work camps, they tried to portray it as learning new skills, making new friends, propaganda. If that makes any sense, buying into it. More or less saying it's all nice and rainy, and nobody should be uprising about it. And again, there's a big debate now, both political parties and both by members of the public. And if you ask me, it should go to a vote. We should have a vote across the whole country, either saying tau or nay. Which one, yes or no? And the vast majority of people, I would say, in Ireland would vote no. And I'll be totally honest with you, I think they would vote no. And they'd be right to vote no because it's against human rights, it's against our liberties, it's an attack, and it is an attack on democracy. That people can't go to a private business, and they're discriminating against people who, with reasons of their own, who choose themselves if they want to take the vaccine or they want to take whatever. It's their own call, and it's not up to the government really to decide. And that's as simple as that. It comes down to the end of the day, freedoms. That's basically it. It comes down to your freedoms. It doesn't come to anything else. But again, so there's been a bit of talk, I suppose, big debate going on at the moment. And I can't say I had a look at the Dáil schedule for tomorrow. It will be interesting to see. But I had a look at the Dáil schedule, and it's hard to know when the debate will be happening. People say 8 o'clock, there's a lot of people saying 8. But Peadar Jobeen of Anua, I keep saying Anua too, has said it will be at night, at 12 o'clock at night. So, 20 minutes after midnight, sorry. And you have to wonder, because I wouldn't put this past this communist government. Again, Matthew McGrath today, great example. My whole man was very thick, and the whole media was up in arms, and everything was gone mad. The whole media was up in arms. And again, it's not, it's not what I would say is right, but it's basically communism. This is communist, what's happening, communist system that's happening in this country. It's not the the far right, I suppose you could say. It's far past that. But again, it's interesting to see if it is at midnight, after midnight, because the reason why they take people, because take for example, it's in the middle of the day at 3 o'clock. That whole outside the convention centre to be protests. There's a protest there today. There was a protest there the other day. Loads of people turned up. 100 people, 200 people, 300 people turned up, I think, today. A lot of people online watching it too, voicing their anger and disappointment in this government. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the Fine Gael, and even their own members of government. You'll start to see that maybe this is not the best thing to pass. Because there would never be these TDs, and I said it to on social media too, that they'd never be forgiven if the vote is in. Because it basically means that they rather choose medical tyranny over freedom and over people's rights and people's bodily autonomy above anything else. So it'd be interesting to see, because why I think they would have it at 12. Because take for example, say somebody's coming up from Galway or Cork or Kerry to protest outside the convention centre. They're not gonna sit there all night, and you basically members of the public are not gonna stay up all night, because majority of us have work in the morning. Because it is a Wednesday and we'll be going into Thursdays, coming in at the end of the week, and obviously we have work. The majority of us working people have work or have to take care of children, etc, 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 and they want to do this at night time to make sure less people, it's not as much of an uproar, and there's not many people watching it, so they can get away with kind of sliding it in, I suppose you could say, very suspiciously. It's like what happened in this the night of the long nights, with the Hitler murdered political opponents and everything. It happened in one night, and it was pushed through. Everything with all the enemies were dealt with in that night. But I'm just comparing that. This isn't just as a thing. But yeah, a lot of this huge backlash, like again, it's trending now in the last few days. No vaccine passport. Excuse me, no vaccine passports. My God, I don't know what happened to my voice there. Um, but yeah, so I just say to TDs, if any TDs are watching, even if you're feeling for the gay, Jollies will vote with the party, no matter what your own personal opinion is. But I'm saying to you, as a citizen, again, my opinion might differ from other people's opinion. People are entitled to say, there's some people who say, we should have vaccine passports, and X, Y, and Z. But I would say to the TDs to ask the constituents in the morning what do they think. You look at their emails, look at their phone calls, look around you in your constituency, and see what they say. What your constituents, the people who elected you to Dáil Éireann or to Shannon Éireann, you have a look and see what they say. Thank you.